Talk about the prospects of fighting a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Obviously, he's going to present some very unique challenges. He's a very versatile guy in the ring, brings power, but also brings some awkward movement. How do you prepare for a guy like Manny Pacquiao?
Definitely preparations are tough because finding sparring partners that are going to be like his style is pretty much going to be impossible. So we got to use certain aspects of different guys that are going to, play into certain aspects of how Manny fights. I'm never going to find a sparring partner that's going to fit exactly like the man I'm fighting. For Provodnikov, it's the same thing. I couldn't find another Provodnikov. There's only one. So we had to use different fighters with different kinds of, that bring different things to the table that Provodnikov would bring. And we're going to do the same thing with Manny in terms of preparing for him. And at the end of the day, I always say it, I don't watch tape. It's a rhythm sport, and we'll figure out that rhythm in that first round.
You obviously will have the size advantage in the ring in terms of frame, but talk about the prospect of fighting at the welterweight limit for this fight versus being at junior welterweight for the first time being at welterweight.
In terms of fighting Manny, I don't think it matters what weight class we fight in. I'm a bigger guy. I'm a bigger frame guy. I'm a heavier guy. And I think I present some very unique challenges to him. Long, strong, fast, athletic, good boxing skills. That's going to be tough for anybody in the division, and I think it's going to be especially tough for Manny.
We saw it as late as the Marquez fight. I mean, because he can be aggressive and at the same time be lax on his defense, he's there to be caught. I mean, would it be out of the... I mean, obviously boxing, and it's cliche to say it, but it's the theater of the unexpected, but the knockout in this fight is not out of the question.
No, not at all. Not at all. Manny's, has 5 losses, 3 of them are stoppages. So, it's definitely not out of the question. I was saying that even the Provodnikov fight, as good as his chin is, I didn't think that a stoppage was out of the question in that fight. I think things changed because of the eye, but I wouldn't doubt that if we fought again, that a knockout could have been there.
I know you say that you're ready for this and you've wanted this for a long time, but talk about the magnitude of this stage. I mean, a worldwide press tour. I mean, could you have ever imagined, again, when you think back to, whatever it was, February 14th of this year, coming out and fighting at a small show here at the Paramount, that we'd be sitting here on, July 18th and talking about worldwide press tours, flying to Macau and all that stuff?
Maybe not this fast, but, I definitely knew I was going to be here eventually, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about the press tour. I think it's definitely going to be exhausting, and it's going to take a lot, but I think I'm ready for it, and I think I'm going to make it an exciting time.
In terms of the fight itself, when do you foresee yourself ultimately heading to Macau for acclimation purposes? I mean, obviously, there's, you have, the flight to think about, and obviously there'll be press duties over there, the fight week, but do you think you'll go out there extra early just to kind of feel comfortable in that environment?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll head out there for at least 2 weeks prior to the bout, so I feel comfortable out there. Figure out the food situation, the training situation. That's a lot of time. I've had training camps, that where I was only away for 2 weeks, so it's plenty of time to figure it out. I've also spoken to a couple different people. I talked to Brandon Rios about his time out there, and Coach Marco Contreras, who's been out there several times with Evgeny Gradovich. So those guys go out there, a bunch of times, and they kind of gave me a little bit of the inside track.
And just to confirm, I know you and I've asked you this question before the fight was actually made, but again, we've seen a few dicey things over there. Manny's made kind of easy work of the fights he's had there, but in terms of the judging, do you have any concern that now that you've made the fight? Because I know it's easy to say I don't care about the scoring when you're trying to make the fight, you're trying to be the guy for the fight. But do you really have any reservations going into a foreign country where Pacquiao is going to be the heavy favorite and getting the nod because you fight in a boxing style, and chances are the fight's going to the cards?
If I go out there and do what I can do and do what I know that I can do with Manny, there's not going to be any doubt about who won the fight. People are saying the same thing about the Ruslan fight. We were fighting in Brooklyn, which is Russian, and they moved it from people are asking me the same thing. Were you worried about the cards? And I guess the cards were closer than they probably should have been, but at the end of the day, they got it right, and that's all that matters.
In closing, just what can fight fans expect who tune in or have the pleasure of joining you in Macau to watch this fight?
Well, I'm saying keep in tune now. Watch everything going on now on my social media, on HBO. These kind of interviews. This tour is going to be fun. This tour is going to be fun, and it's going to be interesting. And I'm gonna whip out some fun and interesting things along the way.
Is the world going to learn a lot more about you than they don't already know? I think you have a genuinely interesting and compelling story that needs to be told, and I think that this is going to finally be the platform where that gets put out there. And I think this probably is what vaults you to superstardom, quite frankly.
Yeah, the Ruslan fight was me shocking the world. Now I'm going to show people what I can really do. Now I got their attention. Now keep tuning in. Now we're going to really see what Chris Algieri brings to the table.
And I know there's no looking past Manny Pacquiao, but I have to ask you this, and I asked Joe this. There's only one guy after this. If you win this fight, you have to be in that conversation. I know that's your ultimate goal. I mean, does it even dawn on you that, man, there's a chance if I get past this, I could be facing Floyd Mayweather Jr.?
Within the next year, think about that question. You'll probably be asking it again. Do you believe you're here? Because that's where we're looking. Of course. I don't want to look past Manny, but like you said, there's no other fight after that.
Thank you very much. We do appreciate a few minutes of your time, and good luck in your preparation and getting ready for Manny Pacquiao, November 22nd.